Peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, man, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing your day. By His mercies, we are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall body, and two are naturally alive, man. And I want to get into this actually. I was just reading this, kind of going over. I was going over this, and this thing about how, like, it is too. It's so like that's why, like, like the witness, the testimony, like, the gospel, like, when you shout out to Brother Akawar, man, when you read things in the Most High House Trust perspective, man, volume of the book, like New Covenant, it makes it all the words so easier, man. Because honestly, you'll see why, like, Revelation, what we about to get into, like, because the word, like, it's kind of what we share with that, on that post. It's like the archetype, like, it's a constant motif. The word is a recurring theme. We see, like, the scriptures answer, like the elder Ram out of Believers Away in California said, Elder Ra'am, I think I said. He said, man, the scriptures answer themselves, honestly. Like, the words flows together, honestly. So, that's is what it is. So, I just want to get into this, too, because we're going to see why. Because I was thinking, and also, too, how this even goes to even back to law, now to the testimony, to property. Like, it all flows together, man. So, we're going to get into this, man, because this all, like, let's grab Proverbs chapter 21, verse 31 real quick. Let's see this. It says, the horse is prepared against a day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. So see that? It says the horse is, I might read this in the good news too, but it says, because the horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is the Lord. Pretty much what this is saying, man. Pretty much like, it's kind of saying like what Paul said, like, and even David said in Psalms, and even what Paul said, like, when David said, my weapons, like, shall not deliver me, man, my bow my bow shall not deliver me. And also too, like Paul said, like, our weapons, our warfare aren't carnal, they're spiritual, man. It's a spiritual war, honestly. Like, like Mobb Deep said, it's a world going on outside, man. Like, of course, there's physical wars, like all throughout the world that's happening, but really, it's really like a spiritual war, honestly. That's what Yahushua came to war. One, we're warring against our members, we're warring against ourselves internally, against the old man, the old woman, the old person, like, our old self, but also too, like, Yahushua went to war against sin and death, honestly, man. So that's just is what it is. Even shoot, just like an aspect of even speaking of, I think we spoke on David the other day. I'm not sure, but just like David, like, couldn't build the temple, man, because he said, listen, you're a bloody man. Because what David, like, one, because the stuff that David, like, because with everything, some David's mishaps, and also two, the wars that David fought. But the son of David, man, like, he is a temple. Him and his body, like, he is a temple, like, because he told us we're a temple. It's like, and, him and the Father dwell within us. And also too, he was a bloody man as well, but he went to war. His war was against sin and death, but so he was a temple. See how Yahushua fulfills the book. Honestly, like, he's just like, see how it all flows together. So that's just is what it is right there. But it says the horse is prepared against the day. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. So see, let's go to Revelation chapter 19. And also too, this goes back to like how the Most High Yahushua is that city of refuge, man. Because like we always say, like, like he said, if the kingdom is New Jerusalem, like, like we always say, like the Thor Ragnarok said, like, he said how Asgard is in places and people, how our people Israel is in place is a people. If the kingdom, like Yahushua says, is within us, man, that's just going to show you that the Most High Yahushua is the city of refuge. They're the place of safety. I see, of course, would a physical kingdom be that? Yes, like, would yeah, of course, like, but they are that place of safety now, man, honestly, because that's why it says even Isaiah, like, knowledge and wisdom shall be stability at the times, man. So that's is what it is. So that's that safety, honestly. Like, the scripture's here for our comfort, like, like the word says. But let's get this Revelation chapter 19 verse 11 real quick, because it said, didn't it say, like, now we're going in the natural and the physical aspect, because didn't it say the horses prepared ready for battle? So this is another reason why Yahushua is coming on that horse, man, honestly, because like because one, that was a custom, especially for the kings, particularly Judah, but like, we see him when Solomon was crowned, like, he was on a horse, and we see it later with Yahushua, just the fulfillment of a testimony or a witness of Yahushua, like, and we see that Yahushua, it of course in Zechariah and other places too. But Solomon, also too, a horse being on top of a horse, is is a sign of rulership. Ecclesiastes is even tells us that to a degree, man. So that's just what it is. But also somebody always on a horse, man. That's why they say get off your high horse. That horse represents rulership to a degree, man. So yeah, but let's grab this too. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, that white horse, he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, righteousness. Yep, faithful, he doeth judge and make war. So see exactly, man. So yeah, of course he ultimately will get war against sin and death. But yeah, he is the son of David, since we mentioned David earlier. Then also too, going back to how the scriptures answer themselves, why he's coming on that horse, because it says the horse is preparing against the day of battle. So see, that's when horses return and he's making war, taking the crowns of the different nations as well, man. So yeah, man, that's just what it is. So let's actually go back. Let's go to Joshua 20 real quick. Look at Joshua 20 real quick. It says, Joshua 20, chapter verse 1. It says, the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, appoint out of you a city of refuge, whereof I spake to you by the hand of Moses, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares, and unwittingly may flee thither, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. So see exactly, man. So see, this even lines up Romans 5, because before, I came in the word. Even when we came in the word, we were doing this, we slayed, Yahushua, pretty much in the aspect of we were living adverse to them, so we were enemy of them. So it's now with that, but now with him, through his death, man, he was that city of he's there, that city of refuge. Now, of course, they say, even Peter says he died for the just and the unjust as well. But now coming in the word, that's just what it is now. But before, we would do that, we just how we weren't serving the Most High Yahushua, so we're unaware. So it's an aspect, again, you're adverse to him, just like the people our ancestors, our forefathers, even everybody that was involved in his death, as they were enemies of him. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so it's there, that city of refuge, because it says because the city of refuge is a place of safety. So let's read this again. It says, the horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. So see, that's why he's coming on that horse again, man. So hopefully this is edifying, man. Yeah, man. So let's read this. I'll read this in the Proverbs 21 verse 31, the Good News Translation. You can get a horse ready for any battle, but it's the Lord who gets the victory. Exactly. So yeah, exactly, because that lines up with Isaiah 8 and 10 and Romans 8 and 31. So if the Most High Yahushua is for us, who can be against us? If the Most High Yahushua is for you, who can be against you, man? So even though that Isaiah is talking about the actual, when Yahushua comes back, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. That is talking about all these other nations, Esau and all these other nations, Ishmael, the Ishmael Arabs, or all the Hamitic nations, Philistines, Canaanites, all these Hamitic nations, or the Chinese, or whatever. That when they compare the rulers and kings of these people who come to fight, Yahushua, they're not going to work. But also, too, on the spiritual aspect, I understand why, our brothers and sisters in Christianity or in Jehovah's Witness or other aspects of the spiritual fear use this, because that's even being of Satan's devices. So, yeah, because that could be weapon form, but the Most High Yahushua is for you, who can be against you. So, yeah, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to get into that real quick, man. Hopefully, this is edifying, man. Much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So, yeah, man. So, so peace.